How we doing today?
Well, good, good, good.
How's your morning again?
Morning's been so far pretty good. Can't complain.
Coffee you drinking?
Whatever my wife left in the cup. So I got that. She got that maker. What's it called?
Oh the
That Keurig. That
the
Keurig.
Keurig? Yeah, that
Yeah.
shit.
So
Yeah, I
got the
don't drink
different
coffee.
flavors. I like the morning roast. That's like my favorite one.
Oh, that's your favorite one?
Yeah.
I don't really drink coffee, so I don't really have a taste. I tried that iced coffee. My
That's
girlfriend
cool.
actually made me try it, and I just spit that shit right out. Let it. I
Yeah, I
just
can't do iced coffee. It's got to be hot for me.
Hey, but before we start this episode, we're back with another episode of the Ghetto Podcast. I'm your host Caesar, and on today's episode, we have a special guest, Gerry the Gent. And the reason why I say special is because he's actually my older cousin. So introduce yourself, man.
What's going on? My name is Gerry, the Gent. I'm from the Bronx, New York. Born and raised my entire life. I'm a biker, so that's one reason we're here to talk about the podcast, my lifestyle in it. I'm also a doorman in Manhattan, which is a fun job. We'll talk about that too. And I turned 33 this year, 32 now. So I started getting into bikes when I was like 21, 22. So I started young.
Damn, what?
So
Can't believe you're already like 33
yeah, I
almost.
know. Don't push it though. I'm not trying to get too old.
Damn. I'm gonna be start driving pretty soon though. Damn, that's
I remember when you
crazy.
were a baby. Shit, now look at you.
Yeah, now look at me all grown and everything.
All
Next you know,
grown up, man.
I'll have a beard and everything next time.
Yeah, well, I got the beard going on too. So
Yeah, I don't got the beard. I got the mustache only, but I'm not growing that out.
there
Hell
you
no.
go.
I'm not.
Nah, wait till you get the goatee growing, shape it up. You'll be all right.
No, I'm not trying to have a good tea. I'm just trying to have a clean face.
There you go.
So tell us a little more about like a background of yourself.
Well, I was born and raised in Marshall Parkway. That's streets of the Bronx. I live in Morris Park now, so I had a pretty fun childhood playing sports in the street. Football, flag football, baseball. And then as I got older, I got into like weightlifting. That was a big thing when I got into high school. I started playing football, and when I played football, we weren't a great football team, but we had a strong bond in the locker room. So that was one reason why I kind of wanted to get into motorcycles, because you have a bond with a good group of guys, it's strong, it's tight knit, and no matter what the situation is, you'll always come out on top of the right people in your corner. So
Yeah, always be having that great bond and always being positive always.
mm-hmm.
So let's talk about this biker like stuff and all this. Like you texted me and everything saying like what's the name 1%er, I think something like that.
1%, yeah.
Tell me more about this. I want to hear it.
So 99% of bikers are law-abiding citizens. 1% are the outlaw, which basically means they live outside society's needs. They don't follow the rules, what the government tells them to do. They live their own lifestyle their way. So when you see a guy on a bike and he's rocking a 1% patch, that means he's in a 1%er club. Doesn't mean they're criminals. They don't. It's not a criminal activity. It's not a gang. It's a motorcycle club. That's a lot of confusion
Yeah.
nowadays when people like cops and the government say, "Oh, they're a gang." Not a gang. It's a club. The problem is when you bring in the wrong people. Like you could bring in a gangbanger,
Yeah.
try to like convert him into a biker, but get him to understand it's a different lifestyle. They're not going to ask you to put in work. They're not going to ask you to rob anybody, hurt anybody, jump anybody.
Yeah, I understand.
So you come in if you want to learn about the culture. You got to know somebody. Obviously, like my former tattoo artist was a 1%er, so
Oh,
he
yeah.
brought me into the club first. And
That's
you
nice.
start out as a hang around, which is you get to know the brothers in the club, you get to know the people, you participate in rides, go to the parties, get to know people, fill them out, and hang out as long as you can. Don't rush into nothing. If you hang out for a year, 2 years, and then you make a decision you want to prospect, which the
Yeah.
club has to vote on you, how they feel about you. If they feel you're going to be a good fit, then you get a bottom rocker, which is a bottom patch. For
Yeah.
example, you live in New Jersey, so you'll get
Yeah.
a bottom rocker with, say, New Jersey on the bottom,
Mm.
MC. And you have, depending on the club, some clubs you have a year. The prospect could be more, could be 16 months, could be 2 years, depending on how they feel about you.
Oh
And it
shit.
all depends on, the work you put in. The more you put in, the more you'll get out.
What do you mean by like putting in work? Like you gotta do certain
Basically,
things?
when they have the meetings, you're outside watching the bikes, making sure that, if a cop pulls up, he doesn't get into the clubhouse without probable cause. No, nobody gets in the clubhouse unless they're a member. You know, no civilian can walk in the clubhouse. Not even your wife can walk in the clubhouse because that's a sacred ground for members to have their meetings. You know, nothing shady's going on. It's just
Oh
you're
yeah.
not a member of the club. You just can't be in the clubhouse. You know, when I came in to my first outlaw club that I prospected for when I was 22, 23, it was the same rules. You know, you stood outside, you watched the bikes, you know, could be an hour, could be 2 hours. And then when they tell you to come inside, you come inside and, you know, you hang out after the meeting, you know, and you basically, you're still as a prospect, you're just doing the work. You know, you're doing what it's told of you. Watch the bikes, take out the trash, you know, work the bar, serve beers to people, do security, stuff like that.
Oh, so it's basically like almost like a family, but it's family basically.
Yeah. And, you know, if they call you at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, pick up the phone. They just want to make sure you're okay. You know,
Yeah,
you
just
never
looking
know.
out
They
for you.
might need you. They may need you to come to the clubhouse for something, but it's 9 times out of 10, it's a test to see if you're actually going to pick up the phone. So that's how it is. If you don't pick up the phone, they'll be like, oh, what happened? You didn't pick up the phone? So if you're going to prospect for a 1% club, don't put your phone on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, no, never have my phone on Do Not Disturb. It's always got the damn ringer
Yeah.
on and everything. Might as well just turn it off right now.
Yeah, just to clear the air now, I'm not in a 1% club anymore. I used to be.
Oh, you're not?
But I still follow the 1% traditions.
So, like, what does that mean? Oh, like you do everything that they do, but you're not like officially part of the club.
Yeah, like you can be an independent outlaw and not be in the club because the scene has changed since I came in a few years ago. It's changed. It's not the same as it used to be.
Oh, really?
A lot of people coming into the clubs now, some of them don't even have a bike. They get fully patched in. They don't even have to ride. And I don't understand. There's a certain club, I'm not going to name its name. They're irrelevant. But basically what they do is they recruited and got their numbers up in the past couple of years by just people can buy their way in.
Oh.
So the club opened the door for Latino members to come in, which I think is great. I think you should be diverse. But you're not prospecting. You're basically paying $700 for your whole patches. And
just hang your way
that's
through.
not how the way things are done. That's not the way when I was a prospect for the first club that I came into. That's not how it was done.
Yeah.
It was you earn your way. You hang around, you prospect, and the final phase is you become a member and you earn the right to be called a brother. Now, the term brother is a sacred term that a lot of people nowadays just use too loosely. So what you'll learn is in the biker life, a lot of people call you brother, but that doesn't mean they are. You'll start to see who's who. You know, I keep my circle small. I found out the harder way that your friends aren't your friends, but that's why I would like 2 or 3 guys that I'm very tight with.
Yeah.
And we ride, you know, and one of my best friends, actually Cisco, he's good outlaw too. He's a really great guy. He's the one person that I ride with all the time, basically.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: what made you decide to like leave, or not leave, but like leave the club, but then still do the?
Actually, I didn't leave, but the wrong people came in and became like officers, which is like president, vice president, sergeant at arms, and they turned the club into a shit show. And they basically kicked the good people out and kept the rotten apples in. But I was told to leave on good terms, and they even offered me to come back. So I was like, "You're taking my patches, but you're offering me to come back."
Yeah,
like I don't understand. So, would I ever go back to that club? No. I wish them the best of luck. You know, they're a great club. They're a big club. They're actually one of the biggest clubs in New York.
Oh.
And they've expanded in the past couple of years, but they did it the right way. Nobody bought in. Everybody earned their way. And I'm happy for that club. It's just I was in the Bronx chapter. So the club chapter was great, started out great, but then unfortunately, when the wrong people get taken out of position and they bring in other people to take over.
Yeah, I understand that.
Like a Nazi regime, and a lot of people were not happy with it.
Yeah.
You know, some people that I heard that I know have left to another club, have defected to another dominant club just because they got tired of the BS. You know, when you have the wrong people in charge, it's going to be a shit show. It's going to be like domino effect. All the way down.
Very shitty.
You got the right people and you do the right thing and you guys are on the same page, it'll be fine.
Yeah, let me ask you another question. What age did you start doing all this motorcycle stuff and all this biker stuff, and what made you start it?
I was basically 21, 22 when I got into the clubs. I always wanted to be a biker when I was a kid. The one scene that I had with my father growing up was we used to go to Blockbuster Video You're probably too young to remember that.
Yeah, and I don't even know what that is.
But,
Well, I know what it is,
yeah,
but
see,
never heard.
I remember we walked down to Bainbridge Avenue where it used to be. And I remember I could have been no more than 5 or 6 years old. And, back then there was a bunch of bars on Bainbridge and a lot of cool stuff to do. And there was just a scene of motorcycles, like bikers. And I just remember that scene in my head forever. And back then, the bikers were all tall, beer belly guys,
Oh, yeah.
long hair, rings on every finger. I wear the rings too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I wear the skull rings myself. I've always been into skulls. A lot of my tattoos have skulls. So that's one reason why I got into bikes. Another reason was, I played football in high school. And like I said, we weren't a great football team. We sucked, actually, because we didn't have an actual good football program. But there was one time we used to play a lot of schools in New Jersey. So,
Jersey.
Yeah, like these real preparatory kids, that I just don't like.
Were they good?
So they were very good. I mean, they kicked our ass 42-0. But, yeah. So the school was called Morris Catholic. You probably heard of it.
I might have heard of it.
Yeah. Anyway, everyone on their team was like over 6 feet, steroids. They were pretty big dudes. And I mean, by the third quarter, by the time the game started, it was already a knockout. There was no need for us the referee should have called a friggin' mercy rule, but we were still playing. We just were running the ball and trying to get something on the board. And the team started to choke our running back. Like they tackled him and they started choking him, trying to hold him down.
What the hell?
And we weren't having it. I played defense, so I was on defense. I was linebacker. Yeah. So we ran on the fields and we just started scrapping, punching. I know my boy Sal, he's a big guy. He punched one of the coaches in the face, knocked him down. And the funniest part of that fight was the kid's mom. Yeah. The kid who was getting choked. His mom ran on the field, jumped on top of him, and everybody else dogpiled on top of her. So that got us really pissed off. So we started pulling kids off and just punching them and fucking hitting them in the face mask.
Damn.
I mean, he was embarrassed because of his mom trying to save him in a fight.
Yeah.
But what got us angry was when they dogpiled on top of her. And she was like 5'2", barely $150. These guys are 16, 17 years old, but they're all over 6 feet, and they're all freaking strong kids,
Yeah, 200 pounds, 6'4", and they're jumping on some 5'2", 105 pound mom.
These preparatory white boy trash.
Yeah,
that's what I call them.
Some of them are just, they get annoying. Some of them I don't have an issue with, but another hand of them are just very annoying and very stuck up, I feel like.
Well, they were born privileged. That's the problem. They were born in the suburbs. Everything was given to them. So that's why I'm proud to come where I come from. I live in a nice area now in the Bronx, but I grew up on Marshall and Bainbridge Avenue. There were gangbangers in my neighborhood. You had 3 choices in my neighborhood growing up. You became a priest, a cop, or a drug dealer. So 3 of those topics didn't interest me. So I decided to, go to work, make money the legit way. And my brother Kenny was a doorman before he passed away. So in a way, it's kind of like I was meant to do that job. It's kind of like it's a suit tie kind of job, but it's kind of similar to the biker life too. You have things to follow and people will try to test you, like the tenants and the employees who've been there for over 14 years. If you're new, they're going to see if they can get anything out of you, try to make you do extra shifts, which if you're new, you want to do.
Yeah.
I've been on the job almost 10 years as a doorman. So, if I want to do overtime, I do. But if I don't have to.
I don't. What are your days and hours usually? They good, bad? How are they?
Yeah, I work Sunday to Thursday. So Sunday, Monday, I do the morning shift, 6:30 to 2:30. And then Tuesday through today, I do 2:30 to 10:30.
Oh, that's actually, what do you like better, the morning or night?
I like the morning because it goes by fast, but I kind of like that I have a broken up schedule during the week. Yeah, that's I got Friday, Saturdays off, so it's kind of a good thing.
Oh, shit.
It comes hand in hand.
Yeah, it does. So, if you don't mind telling me, how was the childhood growing up in the Bronx? I want to hear more about this. How was it?
Oh, my childhood was fun.
Yeah, I want to hear some stuff about this.
Childhood was fun, man. I got into a lot of trouble with my best friend Dara. We used to do a lot of stupid shit, but
let's hear some of this.
Yeah, stuff. We played sport. We were very big into baseball. We played baseball in the Oval Park. When it snowed, if there was no school day, we go play football. Play football from sun up to sundown. Sometimes basketball.
Yeah.
But we used to just find some dumb shit to do. We used to like, you know, like on a hot summer day, get water balloons, go to the top of the hill, throw them at moving cars, stuff like that. We ran from the cops a couple of times, you know, which kind of funny. Your adrenaline rushes when you run from the cops.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
We ran from the cops on 2 separate occasions. And the first time we ran from the cops was in the park. You know, for some reason, you know, cops just, you know, they'll profile you. You know, if you're a white boy from that area and you're wearing a hoodie and a hat, they're thinking you're either selling drugs or going to buy.
So, yeah, more of the buying, I'm guessing.
So, you know, me and Dara were just looking for something to do, and he had something on him, and we were going to the top of the park, and the cop car followed us. So we decided to run, and we booked it. We ran down to the local church and kind of just hut out in the church for a little bit.
How holy! Oh my God, how holy!
How holy it was, exactly. Yeah. How holy it was.
Bro. What do you have on him?
I got arrested when I was 17 for weapons possession, carrying a knife.
A knife?
Yeah, like, you know, butterfly knives.
Oh, yeah.
But see, I was profiled that day too. Because there was no need for the cops to search me. Darren, his brother, they moved upstate to Rockland County after we graduated grammar school. Their parents bought a house up in Sloatsburg. So they would come down and visit, you know, via the Metro North, and then take the train to Bainbridge Avenue, the D train.
Yeah.
So I had gotten jumped in Yonkers about a week before. A bunch of guys robbed me, took my chain. Didn't take my money, though. Took my phone, took my chain, but didn't take my money. So stupid crooks. I still was able to get back on the bus and get home.
Fucking dumbasses.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to meet my friends, and I came off the bus, and, you know, I had a piece of jewelry on that I got for Christmas. And they basically just followed me up and ran up on me, caught me off guard, and took my chain. And I told my friend in high school about it. He goes, you know, I know a place in Yonkers where if you give me $25, I get you a custom butterfly knife made. And it was nice. It was a camouflage blade with the black handle.
Oh shit, that is nice.
It was the day I got arrested was the only day that I fucking carried it, and the cops took it. So
that's
Darren's brother. Yeah, Darren and his brother came to see me, and he was like, "You got the knife on you?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I showed him. Of course, Darren likes to whip it out and fucking do shit. I'm like, "Dude, in the middle of the fucking street."
Yeah,
you know, give it back to me.
Making it blatantly obvious.
Gave it back to me, and I stuffed it in my pocket. And we wanted to get pizza first, but then Darren, you know, he wanted to get a pack of cigarettes because he's a smoker. Oh. So we went to the bodega across the street. But as we get to the corner, cop car, big paddy wagon, just slowly pulls down and looks at all of us. So I look back, like, you know, what the fuck you looking at?
Yeah. So
I look to my right, and as I'm crossing the street, the paddy wagon makes a U-turn. And I'm like, I told Darren, I'm like, these guys are making a U-turn. They're probably going to try to fuck with us. Nah, don't worry about it. Just go to the store. We try to go into the store. They pulled up on the sidewalk. They blocked us in. Opened the back door. They jump out. They all surrounded me. Like, they all fucking surrounded me. They were just, for whatever reason, they were out to get me.
Just you?
And I was 17. I had a mouth. I didn't give a fuck. So the cop came up the car, and he was like, "What's your name?" And I was like, you know, I told him whatever. And he threw me against the wall. And I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" And he hits me in the back of the head, and my head almost went into the pole. And you know, he was like, "You like spit?" He was like, "Oh, you spit at the van." I said, "I didn't spit at your van. Fuck, like, what are you talking about? I never spit at the van."
Yeah.
You know, they try to make up some bullshit lie that I spit at the van and blah, blah, blah. So they searched me. They found a knife on me. They cuffed me, put me in the back of the paddy wagon. And I was being a dick the whole way to the precinct, because I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. They took my hat. They tried it on their head. Oh, and they saw the knife. "Oh, you thinking about being a Marine?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about it," you know, as a smart ass response. And turns out the cop who arrested me actually knew my family. Fucking scumbag. You know, my father is a deacon in the Catholic Church. He baptized.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Yeah, baptized your brother.
Yeah, I know.
So this piece of shit, my father baptized his goddaughter a month before he locks me up.
Oh.
Didn't realize it until my father came to pick me up at the precinct. He goes, you know that cop, and you were at his goddaughter's baptism no less than about a month ago. And it was funny because my father went to baptize the second child, and the cop realized he'd done fucked up. And I was supposed to go to that baptism, and I wanted to,
Yeah.
Because me and Dara, we knew the kind of car he drove was a red Honda Accord, and we were gonna key it up and key the word tough guy into the side of the fucking car and put a banana in his muffler, all that nasty shit. But my parents were like, "No, you're not going, because we were gonna start some shit with him." And even my Dara's mom was like, "Nah, you're not going over there. You're gonna stay put." But I heard that he realized, oh shit, I arrested this kid's son, and I beat the case. They gave me a little desk appearance summons, but it all got thrown out. The judge said, stay out of trouble for 6 months, and that's what I tried to do.
That's right. Still got in trouble?
Months, I mean, I did stay out of trouble, but in the summertime, we used to get people to buy us beer, and so Dara, his brother, had a car, and we hung out. One of our friends, his mom owned the nail salon up in Larchmont. So he was like, "Oh, I got a place we can go drink beer." So we thought he had the key to get into the nail salon. We're gonna sit there and drink. No, it turns out he was just pulling into the parking lot first just to hang out there. We pulled in. The guy in the trunk, Dara had like a beer funnel. One of those you pour the beer down and drink it.
Oh yeah.
So I guess when we pulled in, 2 guys outside called the cops on us, and the Larchmont police pulled up, and I was like, "Shit, I still have to stay out of trouble. If I get in trouble again, I'm gonna have a fucking record."
Yeah.
But turns out, the cop, he was a cool cop. He wasn't a dick. He was like, "What are you guys doing?" And he took the beer, he took the funnel, and then we all showed him our ID, and he saw that where we lived in the Bronx, and he actually went to the same grammar school that we did. So we just started kind of dropping names, and his CO showed up. I guess that's how you call it.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You guys are just going to go home now, right?" Gave us a wink. We're like, yeah. And we just got in the car and we left. But it would have been funny because I had that thing over my head. I had to stay out of trouble for 6 months. I wasn't on documentation, but if I would have got seen in the courthouse again, I would have had a record at the age of 17.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
When you got arrested and you got put in handcuffs, were you feeling nervous or how were you feeling? Or just pissed?
I mean, I was pissed because they slapped the cuffs on me pretty tight. They took me down to the 52nd precinct on Webster Avenue.
Oh, shit.
And they were trying scare tactics. I wasn't scared. They put me in a cell with 2 dudes. I sat there for like maybe a half an hour. Then my dad came to pick me up. But he of course he was upset. But it's funny when I got arrested because me and my friend used to prank call my parents all the time that we got arrested.
Oh, really?
We used to call them from the payphone and play a little joke on them. So kind of like the boy cried wolf.
Oh, yeah.
And, the one time that I got arrested, it's funny because I'm in the back of the cop car and Darren and Aaron, they're like, "Bye, see you later." And I was laughing the whole way. And they went to the nearest payphone. They called my parents and my mom was like, "No, stop joking around." Then they realized they came to my house without me. They realized something was up.
Oh.
It's funny, I get arrested and my mom, she orders a large pizza pie, like to celebrate my release. It's kind of funny. I came home and Aaron and Dara are in my room playing Grand Theft Auto, eating pizza. I'm like, wow, really? Shit. It's not a bad thing.
So you just got released after 5 years and you're celebrating.
Yeah, well, that's what it felt like. I was only in there for like 30 minutes, maybe an hour, but it felt quick.
Quick?
Yeah, it felt like I was in and out, but it was longer.
Pretty bored out of my mind.
Oh fuck, it was just sitting there. But I made the best out of the bad situation. But like I said, I had a mouth on me. Someone else mouthing off to the cop in the car. They pulled up through the back to the precinct. Oh. So I thought they were going to try to like throw me on the ground or do some shit, try to say that I resisted arrest, to make it seem like they beat me up or whatever. But I kind of think they knew their limits. But and for a long time I was anti-Irish because all the cops who arrested me were Irish. So I was like, fuck Irish people, and I'm half Irish. You know that. You're half Irish too.
Oh,
fuck this. I'm not going to no Irish bar. No, fuck this, and fuck the music, and fuck the parade, all that. I was so anti-Irish for so long.
Really?
Yeah, but then I realized it's not the people. It's not nationality. It's just the people. You're gonna meet bad apples everywhere.
Oh yeah.
It's just like in the motorcycle world. You meet great guys, and you're gonna meet scumbags too.
Yeah, not everybody's perfect.
Not everyone's perfect.
Yeah,
not everyone is your brother. You gotta align yourself with wolves, not sheep. But there's a lot of sheep these days, so you gotta be careful with that too.
A lot of also sensitive people is what I'm noticing. All these
Yeah,
like modern days and all this, a lot of sensitive people, a lot of people that just take everything to
dude.
heart. If you make
You
one
can't
joke,
say anything nowadays. You can't even
you
say a
really
joke
can't.
without someone looking at you and trying to say, "Oh, you're racist or you're anti-homophobic or whatever you are." Hey, look,
It pisses me off when people just try to use that in like an argument or something. They try to, oh, you're racist. Oh, you're
yeah,
anti-LGBT, whatever the fuck it is.
it's like, look, for example, George Floyd was a piece of shit, you know, point blank range.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter what color skin he was. He could have been white, anything. Anyone who robs a pregnant woman at gunpoint does not deserve recognition of a statue in their honor. What happened to him was fucked up. Out of getting a knee put on your neck for
yeah,
9 minutes.
yeah.
But what about the victim that he assaulted? Did she get any help? Did she cry when she cried out for help? Did he help her? Nope.
I didn't even know about that. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. He did a home invasion. He did a home invasion because he was a drug addict. He did a home invasion,
Okay.
and he robbed a pregnant woman at gunpoint. Held the gun to her stomach while she was pregnant. You can look it up. It's all legit. And
Yeah, I'll look it up after this
basically,
episode.
basically told her, you want to live. You want to live. Do what I say. So that's in a kind of way I really don't. I'm not going to get on the bandwagon and support him just for George Floyd. Give me a break, man. Justice
Yeah,
for that poor woman he assaulted. How about that? Nothing was done for her. He never did anything for that. He never
yeah,
paid for that.
yeah. Well,
You know.
I've never actually heard of that because the media never. They always put out the good things or sometimes the bad shit. But like
Of course,
I always hear
the
motherfuckers.
media,
Yeah, the
the
media.
corrupt media will always try to bring out the good and bad people.
Yeah,
You know.
it's right.
That's why you got. I don't pay attention to social media. I don't talk politics, period, because it gets you nowhere.
I
I don't care who you
I could
voted for.
I could care
Like who
about
you voted for,
politics. I
who
could
you
care
voted
less.
for is who you voted for is who you voted for. But don't go on social media and post these stupid memes and quotes about this and that. It's just stupidity.
I
Live your
feel
life, take
yeah,
care of your responsibilities, and that's it.
yeah. That's actually my what's it called my slogan for this podcast. It's live life to its fullest.
There you go.
Yeah, and I'm actually making business cards pretty soon. I think my mom is
Sweet.
getting them all of them at work and then bringing them here. And then
Yeah.
if you want one, I'll
Awesome.
send you one if you want. Just let me know.
Yeah. I'll pass it around to everybody I know.
Yeah, good looks. Because I recently started branching out because I just made, I don't know if you know this, it's called like a link tree. And the link tree has all my socials, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and my website.
Yeah.
It has all that. And I put a QR code. I could download the QR code. I put it on the business card. And
Nice.
every time I give it to somebody, you can say, hey, scan this. It has all the socials of the Ghetto Podcast, wherever you could listen to, Twitter, YouTube, website, and all that. And you could just find all that. So,
That's awesome.
yeah. What are your, I don't know if you want to talk about, what are your thoughts about Afghanistan right now? Or all that
Afghanistan's a
crazy
big
shit?
mess, man.
Yeah,
Afghanistan's a fucking shit show.
I just recently heard about that,
And
and it's fucking crazy.
people hate to say they told you so, but if Trump was in office, that wouldn't be happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it's crazy.
It's 20 years of 9/11 is coming up, and the last thing I want to see is something bad happen because the Taliban resurfaced.
Yeah, the
They were in
Taliban.
hiding for so long because we had a stronghold in there, and
Now it's just
now
getting
it's
worse.
just the gloves are off. Joe Biden doesn't even care. He doesn't care about the American people, the military at all.
Yeah,
The Afghanistan president fled the country with a shitload of money and left. I mean, why do you think that's why the Taliban got into his office and took selfies with their guns and shit.
yeah, I saw that they got into gyms,
It's just
amusement parks, and
ridiculous.
everything.
It's like the captain abandoning ship. Fuck the passengers. You got to take care of the people first. The top guy is always last.
It's bad because I'm like, it's pretty scary that you think that like the Taliban's gonna control over and they're gonna, I don't know, they're gonna try to do another like terrorist attack that could be very impactful on like anything like US, Europe, or any place. It could be very bad for the worst. So.
Not just in that, but it's also the country itself too. They have no government now, so they take over. It's going to be, especially for the women, it's not going to be good. They're going to be abused and they're going to be forced to cover up and live by.
That's what I saw.
Live by some sort of rule that the Taliban just mandates on their own.
It's
and
crazy. It's like their own.
it's scary. There was
their
actually,
own
I was reading an article. There's an Afghanistan soldier. She's a female. She's concerned and very scared for the females in Afghanistan. What's going to happen? She feels a lot of beats, a lot of rapes, a lot of murders are going to happen, and there's no president there now. He tuck-tailed and ran. So with him gone and with the country in shambles, that's just going to be problems.
It's just like I was watching like almost like a documentary, like a little news thing on YouTube actually, and like in my mind, it came to my mind. I was like, damn, this reminds me of like World War II and what like Hitler did and everything like that. Like it's like fucked up and everything.
Yeah, it's getting bad.
Yeah, it's
getting worse by the minute of the day.
Day by day, it's just getting shittier and shittier.
And that goes all back to like kind of like the motorcycle scene too, because the scene has been watered down by the wrong people coming in recently. Yeah. So when you have the wrong people in power, it's not going to go smooth.
Yeah, that's
just
sad, honestly. See people like that. I saw like people literally like crying, begging for help just to like, go to the US or like Europe or something.
Yeah, that scene at the airport in Kabul was very heartbreaking.
Yeah, and then some of the people actually fell off the airplane.
Fell off the plane.
Yeah, it fell.
They found a dead Afghanistan person in the luggage rack or something like that.
I didn't even know that.
Plane. Something like that. Somebody was found dead in the aircraft.
Yeah, there's like 4 dead fell off the plane.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's
horrible to see that.
So I see all these tattoos you got on your arms. Let's hear more about this. Let's hear about this.
I got over 65 altogether.
What the fuck?
My recent one being my wife's name on my neck. I'll show it to you right there. There's my wife's name.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I fuck with that text.
Yeah, man.
What else? Where else you got? Like sleeves, full sleeves on each arm?
I got everything: sleeves, chest, legs, back, ribs.
What made you get into tattooing, or not get in? Like, what made you get all these tattoos?
Well, I wanted to do something for like my heritage too. Like I got the Irish arm with all the shamrocks and the Celtic designs. Then I got this side because I was very big into Greek mythology. Growing up, Zeus and Hades and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of Greek tattoos and warrior tattoos and stuff like that. I got dedication tattoos of my friends who passed away as well. I got stuff like that. Yeah. So, I like art. I just don't like it in my house. I like it on my body. Everyone has their own taste.
Yeah. What's the most painful tattoo you ever got?
My knee. That was the most painful
on your knee?
On my knee. I got one of my favorite bands logo, Five Finger Death Punch. It was brass knuckles. And I got it on my kneecap, and that was extremely painful. And most of the tattoos I got, they didn't hurt that bad. But this one, like, I started sweating, like I couldn't sit still because the knee is very painful, man. You're on that bone and boom, hits a nerve. And
yeah,
that was the worst tattoo I had. It was worth it, but the knee bone really hurt.
Yeah, I actually saw this thing on TikTok. It was a thing where like, no, it was Twitter or TikTok, I don't know. But some guy like around like his bladder had a Pinocchio.
Really?
And a girl was giving him a hand job, and basically it's like his dick was like the nose, basically. So I was actually thinking about getting that when I'm older. I don't know.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
That's hilarious.
But I don't know. Tattoos for me, I don't know. Depends. I might get one like maybe on my arm or something.
It's got to be meaningful. It's gonna be on your body for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So you got to get something that represents you and that you're happy with, and make sure you have a good artist too, because if you don't have a good tattoo artist, it might not come out the way you want it to.
Yeah, because I saw this thing. I was actually like debating on getting this. Like it was a tattoo like on your hand, like right here. It was like a trampoline, and then a dude up here, like a little stick figure. And then every time you go like this, it bounces up and down on the trampoline. So I was like, that's kind of cool. Yeah, it's actually kind of dope.
That is pretty dope.
I might get that. I don't know. I might get that when I'm 18 or something like that. It's not.
As long as it fits you, as long as you're happy with it.
Yeah, it's nothing like too noticeable or anything like that. It's nothing big or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, meaningful. It's really not there.
Of course. Well, it's gotta be meaningful.
Yeah. So let's talk about what you do for like a living, and talk about the doorman and all this.
Yeah, so I'm a doorman in a condominium building down in Manhattan.
Before you say it, what's a condominium building?
Yeah, like co-ops, condos.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, condominiums.
I had to search that up because I didn't no clue what a condominium was. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, it's basically it's an expensive apartment in the city.
Oh.
That there's board members, which are tenants who are basically like managers of the building, and you work for them. It's a great job. It's union. 32 BJ benefits. Paid vacations, sick days, personal days.
Oh shit.
I've been doing that since 2012. So next year, April 1st, I make 10 years.
10.
So
Damn.
after I make 15 years, I get 4 weeks paid vacation. I get 3 weeks paid now. And I was on vacation with my wife and daughter in July, so we had fun.
Oh, where you go there? Where you go on vacation?
We did like a staycation because we just did Atlantic City, we did Cape May, and we did Philadelphia, and then we did Lancaster, Pennsylvania, all in 2 weeks.
I did Wildwood.
Pretty fun. Wildwood's great. I was there when I was younger. That's a fun time. I would like to go back now.
My experience wasn't the best there. Got the fucking wait. For how was the Bronx like affected by COVID and everything? I don't know if it's bad or not. How is it? It's terrible. Good.
The Bronx, the numbers were like one of the lowest in the Bronx, but still have to be cautious.
Yeah.
With the lockdown, I was an essential worker, so I was able to go to work every day.
Yeah.
And which was good and bad, because good thing is you're going to work. The bad thing is you got to worry about catching something that you can't fight or see, and then taking it home. But luckily enough, I was able to, go get the COVID-19 test. I was always negative, never positive. I got the vaccine just, because my wife and daughter are here and they got the vaccine too. So at the end, it all worked out. I mean, lockdown was weird because it was a ghost town, nothing to do at work.
Oh,
stand around, and you saw people maybe go outside for like an hour, because the rule was you can go outside for an hour.
Oh, really?
Crazy.
I didn't even know about
go out
that.
to like go for a walk or do a workout and then come right back, because everything was shut down. Everything was boarded up.
Oh, it was
like a scene out of Mad Max. In the Badlands.
Because with school, it was so weird because like we didn't even know what to do. We literally just went into lockdown, and then it just went into online school, which was really dumb because nobody knew what they were doing. Yeah, it was terrible. I haven't probably learned anything for maybe like a year and a half, maybe like 2 years almost. Just because
that was a hard time for the parents too, because a lot of them don't know the arithmetic, and they were trying to do everything online, and they were struggling. The teachers weren't really helping, from what I was hearing from some of my friends who were teachers. It was hard for them because they're used to be in the classroom. Now to be on Zoom and do things online, for them it was harder.
Yeah, it was crazy for me because all I did was cheat and do all that. That's all I did was cheat on that shit, because there was nobody watching. I'm in my basement doing my work the whole time, and there was no like Zoom meetings or nothing like that when it first started. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna cheat, get answers from students, other people that I know, friends of mine.
Hey, hand in hand.
Yeah. So let's go back to about your job. Do you have like any crazy stories about that or anything like that? Or what happened or anything?
Well, Tyler Perry used to live there.
I have no clue who that is. Who is he?
The famous actor who does the Medea movies, dresses up like a woman.
Oh, him.
So when I first started there, I was like 23, and he was barely there. He used to come like maybe once or twice a year, but there was a model living in his apartment. So she came down one afternoon. It was a Monday, and she goes, "Oh, Tyler is coming." Like, okay, cool, no problem. Okay,
I'll meet him.
Who she was talking about, Tyler. You know who he is, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the owner of the apartment you live in. No problem. So about an hour goes by, and I see this Bentley pull up, and then I see this big, huge SUV pull up behind it. Some guy pops out, starts walking back and forth. He got the headpiece in, and I'm like, what is this guy doing? Like, this guy FBI or something? And then lo and behold, Tyler Perry comes out of the car. I'm like, oh, this is Tyler. This is the douchebag you were talking about. For someone who's a comedian, no personality, didn't even say hello to anyone, puts his nose in the air, walked right in the building.
So he walks up like this?
Yeah. Didn't say hello to me, didn't say hello to my coworker, went in the elevator, went up to his apartment, and basically didn't even say 2 words. Then the next morning, he came back down, was going to the gym. Of course, he had a bodyguard with him. And same thing, nose in the air, didn't say a word to us, didn't even acknowledge us. It's kind of funny. He on TV he seems like such a nice person, but in real life he's just unfriendly man.
That's It's always with all these actors, or most of them. They're just like, you meet them in real life, it's either they're a douchebag or they're friendly.
Yeah,
It's either one,
that's it.
or they're not.
You know,
I don't know. It's there's sometimes
but
they're annoying or something like that.
other for crazy stories and doorman, no. But I could tell you a crazy story that happened at a biker clubhouse back in 2015
Yeah,
in Newark, New
let's hear about
Jersey.
this. Yeah, I want to hear this.
So when I was gonna open up a chapter with a few friends of mine for a club in New Jersey, they're no longer around. They passed over to a different club, and basically one of the guys in the club was a very talented painter. So he did portraits and stuff, and he wanted to do like an art showing in the clubhouse, and it was open to the public. Members could come in, but civilians too. Which, if you don't know how to act in a biker clubhouse, you really shouldn't be there in the first place.
Yeah.
It's very simple. Conduct yourself in a way that's not disrespectful. Don't come in, and get shit faced and puke all over the place, because it's not going to end well for you. Come in and show respect.
Yeah.
So, member of the club, great guy, had all the paintings up on the wall for display, and there was one that wasn't put up yet. But I'm feeling the room, because when you're going to open up a club for someone, you have you got to be on point. You not really can't party too much. You got to look around, see who's who. Everybody who comes in, it's they got to pay a certain money at the door, like it's $10-20 to come in. If you're not wearing a cut, which is a vest, you get patted down just to make sure you're not carrying any weapons or guns or knives, to make sure you're not going to make a move.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So this was a Thursday. I remember there was snow on the ground.
Damn.
And the clubhouse was, if you get off exit 15E in Newark by the industrial area.
Oh, there?
Yeah. It was a huge clubhouse. It was like freaking 1,800 square feet. It was fucking huge.
Holy shit.
And it was huge. And it was a cool place to go hang out. But like I said, there was an art showing one night. It was a Thursday. We came up, and the Pennsylvania guys were there, and New Jersey was there. That's the mother charter, was Newark, New Jersey. So, obviously regular people came in, civilians, which are non-club members, and somebody decided to, as I'm walking around, I look at one of the paintings and I see somebody took a magic marker and put their initials at the bottom of the painting.
That's fucked.
And I go to the guy. I'm like, yo, come here. I got to show you something. So like, what happened? I'm like, these aren't your initials, right? He's like, who the fuck did this? So I go get the president, and he came over, and they had a DJ at the time. He told the DJ to cut the music. He told me to shut the door, lock it.
Oh.
So I went over, I shut the door, I locked it. Nobody was coming in, nobody was coming out, like that scene in the Bronx Tale. Nobody was coming out of that clubhouse. So the president came out and he said, somebody took it upon himself to disrespect my brother's painting. Admit it, clean it up, and you guys will walk out of here no problem. Whoever doesn't cop to it, the door's locked, no one's coming in, no one's coming out. So I remember the guy, I guess he was like in his young 20s, he decided, he copped to it. And yeah, this is where the fun begins. So
let's hear this.
The president told him, I appreciate you as a man apologizing, clean it up, get the fuck out of here. You're no longer welcome to my clubhouse. So the secretary of the club went to go get him a rag and spray. And he's trying to apologize and stuff like that. And it was getting to the point where I was like, dude, shut the fuck up and clean that shit. And as he was cleaning it, the guy who did the paintings just boom, uppercutted him right in the mouth. And the guy from Pennsylvania caught him 2 times. Boom, boom. He just dropped to the ground, and he was like in the fetal position. So as he's on the ground, I was the one that picked him up, and I'm the one that threw his ass out the clubhouse.
He threw his fucking.
I threw him out. And we all came outside, and we just told him, like, yo, get out of here. And he ran. He ran like a little cat. He booked it.
He was from Pennsylvania?
No, I think he lived in the Jersey area.
Oh, Jersey.
But he ran the hell out of there.
Oh shit. Oh, that's great.
That's one thing one thing about bikers, we're friendly, we're family oriented. We don't go looking for problems. We really don't.
Yeah.
It's not in our nature to be violent unless provoked. So, That's just how it is.
Yeah, I understand that.
You look at a lot of clubs now, a lot of the 1% clubs, they do a lot for kids.
I
Toys
do.
for Tots, cancer runs, and they're
I've
not doing
noticed
it.
that.
They're not doing it, to put on an act. They're doing it because they're family men. And, some of the members in these clubs, they have kids who have these diseases too. And they want to bring awareness to it. So they do these fundraisers and they do these Toys for Tots and they do the cancer runs and, they donate to St. Jude's Hospital. And of course, the government will say it's all bullshit, but it's not. It's legit. It's actually one of the mandatory events in my first club that I was in was the cancer run down in Brooklyn. You had to go to that one. You could not miss that event. That was a mandatory run. You had to be there.
Oh, shit.
Only way you couldn't be there is if you were in the hospital or you died.
Yeah.
But, there's mandatory events you have to attend when you're in a club. I went to most of them. I think I missed maybe one or two that were not mandatory, but, the mandatory ones are the ones that I went to when I was in my club back in the day.
That's nice. Always supporting, helping the community or helping family members. It's always the best to hear that.
Obviously, me, I support the Hells Angels. That's the club that I support. That's where the 81 comes in.
I was about to ask about what that shit stands for.
That's support 81. So 8 for the letter H and 1 for the letter A. Support your local 81. And I met a lot of the guys from Newark, New Jersey a few years ago. Okay. And they were very, very humble guys. That's why I support the New Jersey chapter. That's why I have the stickers on my helmet, the stickers on my bike. I fly the shirts when I ride. So people, know that, I support these guys. Obviously, I would love to be a member one day, but with my lifestyle, with my wife and I, we love to travel. So if I was to ever prospect for the 81,
it's kind of hard.
It would be, hard because it's a big commitment, and I'd have to, I couldn't go on vacation like I would be able to. I'd have to be around, to be on call to do basically the prospecting and stuff. Yeah. But you never know. That's the dream, obviously. So we'll see what happens. What's meant to be is meant to be.
Yeah, you never know what could happen. You could join in, have the best time of your life there. Just never
know. Man.
Where you usually go on vacation, like out of state, out of country?
Yeah, usually past couple of years we went to like Nevada. We went to the Bahamas.
That was in Nevada,
which is great. Nevada's awesome.
What's there?
You got casinos. You could drink in public. You could walk around the street drinking.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
We went there for our honeymoon actually, and we renewed our wedding vows in the Elvis wedding chapel.
Oh, I know.
Where somebody was dressed up as Elvis, and it was funny because we did our vows in the back of a pink Cadillac, which is like the main thing to do. So we got picked up at the hotel by this big, huge limo. I wore white. My wife wore white, and we went to the little wedding chapel. That's where Elvis got married. That's where I think Britney Spears got married there too, to K-Fed.
Oh, damn.
And it was fun. We did it there. The guy was great. The guy did a great job.
Yeah.
We renewed our vows there. We did that place. We saw the Grand Canyon there.
Oh, the Grand Canyon. I forgot about that.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's really great.
Is it a hike to see it, or how's it?
What's that?
Is it a hike to see it, or you just you drive, you park?
It's not a hike to see it. It's just basically it became like a landmark. So when you walk on it, like you have to wear booties on your shoes.
Oh yeah.
It's a glass platform. So
it is.
Yeah, and it's a bit. I think they just let you walk on it. You can take pictures on it, but they only allow like a certain amount of people at a time.
Because the weight.
The next group will come in.
Because it's always the weight.
It's a beautiful sight to see. We took my father-in-law there because he's a retired construction worker and he loves stuff like that. Like he was a foreman, so he loves to see structures of stuff being built, and for him it was great. Yeah, it's something he wanted to see. He loves that stuff. He's retired now, but he still gets called to do jobs because he knows his stuff as a foreman.
Yeah, he loves that shit. Whatever he loves to do.
Hey, that's his passion.
Yeah. How was the Bahamas?
Bahamas is beautiful.
Fun. I've never been there. I actually want to go there.
Everybody in the Bahamas is friendly. I didn't meet one person that had an attitude. So everybody in the Bahamas is friendly.
Come to Jersey, most people are fucking
great.
assholes.
The water is great. The water is great. It's clear. Yeah. There's a thing you can do where you can swim with the pigs.
The pigs?
Yeah, these big, huge pigs. You can swim
with them. What the fuck is that?
So basically, it's an excursion you do. There's like iguana islands.
Yeah.
Where you can feed the iguanas. and then you can swim with the pigs, which are these big, huge, giant pigs that I think they were survivors of the Spanish-American War, and the settlers never took over the land they were on because they felt the pigs were there first, so we're gonna let them have it. And you can like basically the pigs, they swim up to you. You know, they don't bite or anything. They're friendly, but they're just like abnormally huge fucking pigs.
How big?
You know, like they're not. They're like probably
like a horse.
One pig was like a boar. One pig was like up to my stomach. He was so fat.
Fucking hell.
But they swim up to you. You know, you can you can pet them, feed them, take pictures with them. You know, I think a little kid tried to ride one. He was told, no, can't ride. Don't ride any of them. They'll throw you right off.
I've never heard a pig swim before. I've never heard that shit in my life.
No, you go to the Bahamas, you'll see it. It's fun. It's a sight to see.
Yeah, I actually want to go there. I've been to Aruba, Dominican Republic, and all those. Dominican Republic, I love that place.
Yeah, like, I think we're gonna try to go to Bermuda next year.
Bermuda.
Hopefully with all the restrictions stuff are lifted by then.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be good all by this year, by this summer and everything, but it's going back up, I'm guessing.
They put the mask mandate back at our job. They voted before I went on vacation to get rid of the masks, and then because of the Delta variant, they decided to put it back on. So
same with my school.
It sucks having to wear the mask on my face for 8 hours. You know, it sucks, especially in the heat. The wintertime, the fall, it's not bad, but when it's summertime and 86, 90 degrees and you're sweating,
yeah, no,
you know, bad enough you're wearing a suit. Now you got to wear the mask on top of it.
We have to wear a suit at the job?
Yeah.
Oh,
shirt, tie, blazer. But they, you know, the job all provides that. So.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking I
had to do anything.
Like you was almost like security, almost like you have like the black shirt, security on the back or something. That's what I thought. Damn.
That's back in the day when the doorman was at the bar checking IDs.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah. No, that's a bouncer. That's a bouncer. But he was called the doorman too. But when you're in like an apartment building, that's just doorman's there for security purposes. The same thing. Yeah. But you know, it's just I don't check IDs on people unless they're picking up a package from like a tenant. If he says, "Hey, so and so is coming to pick up this package," and then you check the ID, then they sign for it. So make sure they got it.
Yeah, is like on the maybe like a scale of 1 through 10, how like easy or hard is the job? Is it like hard, easy?
It's a 10.
Oh, 10.
It's you show up every day, same routine every day, and you do what you got to do, and that's it. Obviously, if you come into work late or drunk, or that's you know, then you're gonna get fired.
Oh,
but
yeah,
you know, basically, the building is run by board members. Board members are like in charge of the building.
Yeah.
You know, and they're basically like your boss. They decide what kind of bonus you get for Christmas, if you can get a raise or not. And if they like you, then you're safe because they like you and you do your job and you're good. You could be the best employee, come to work every day.
Yeah.
If they don't like you, they just don't like you. You know, they can't fire you because of the union. We're protected by that, which, thank God for that. You know, but they just as long as you do a good job and they like you, if you try to kiss their ass and stuff, like, you know, they'll use you for stuff, obviously, but you know, as long as you just do your job and you're fine. That's what I do.
It actually sounds pretty fun, not gonna lie. Just there and everything.
You know.
Yeah. Wait, where's this in your job? Like Jersey or?
No, it's down in Manhattan.
Manhattan.
3rd and 2nd Avenue, yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, right in the middle of Midtown. So where all the restaurants and stuff are. So it's a pretty exciting scene to be around.
It's not boring to be around.
No, not really. You know, some days, you know, like if you work on a Sunday, it's pretty quiet. But you know, that's just part of the job. You know, it's like any other job, except you know, this is more like you have to know someone to become a doorman. Like you can't apply for it. Like you have to know like a resident manager or a handyman or someone that can say, you know, hey, because in the summertime they usually hire the college kids to do summer relief work because we go on vacation.
Oh yeah.
And my boss will hire like, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 guys to come in, you know, because we're 15 guys in the staff. So there's porters, there's doormen, there's concierges, there's handymen.
Oh shit, that's a lot almost. Not a lot, but that's a good amount.
Yeah, it's a good amount, you know. Yeah. So basically summer relief workers, they just do every shift. You know, they'll do the morning, the afternoon, the overnight, you know, over a period of time.
Yeah.
You know, they'll get all the shifts under their belt. And if they do a good job, they can come back the following year. You know, so usually my boss rehires the same people. This year we had new kids, but 9 times out of 10, he brings back the people that were in previous years. And they did pretty much do a good job as long as they come on time.
Yeah, if I were to do that, I'm more like an overnight person. In the morning, I'm not a morning guy. I'm
The morning's
either,
hard, trust me. My shift
yeah,
is early.
it's either afternoon or overnight or night.
Yeah.
That's
Like
like
today
not ideal.
I'm working, I'm doing two shifts today. I'm doing
I do.
afternoon and overnight.
Oh,
So I'm working till 6:30 tomorrow morning.
oh, really?
Yeah, but it's cool
That's
because I get to do the door for 8 hours, and then I get to do the desk and sit down for another 8 hours. So I'm not in one spot for too long. I'm actually able to stand for 8 and sit down for 8.
oh, that's good. That's good.
So at least I get a little bit of a break with that.
It evens out basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a favor for a coworker. He asked me for a favor. He's going to return the favor next Sunday, so I get a 3-day weekend.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
it
That's
works
nice.
out. That's one thing about doorman too. You have sick days, but a lot of the people, they don't like you calling sick because some guys get stuck, and then you try to do like 4 and 4, split the overtime, but some guys just can't make it. So instead of calling sick, you could do a switch, which is, let's say, you're the overnight guy Sunday to Thursday, right?
Yeah.
And I'm the afternoon guy. You tell me, hey, Gerry, can you work for me on Thursday and I'll work for you the following Sunday? No problem. We do the paperwork, we give it to the boss, he signs off on it. You're not losing any pay. It's the same exact thing. You're just
Yeah.
switching.
Switching
So
days.
yeah, so basically you're getting paid for your 8 hours, and then the other 8 hours is just a switch. It's no overtime. It's basically you're covering the man who's supposed to be there, and when it's your time to come, he'll cover you. So I prefer
Good.
that than sick days because if you don't use your sick days at the end of the year, you get a nice little bonus. So
So it evens out basically if you
it
really
evens
think about
out.
it. Yeah.
It's really cool.
It's almost like you're
You know,
finessing the system, it feels like.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's a really cool job. I like it. And
Yeah.
my wife doesn't have to worry about me coming home with a bullet or anything. It's a safe job. It's I take the train to work.
Oh, you do?
You see characters on the train.
So that's always an experience.
That's
But
everywhere though. That's
yeah,
everywhere. That's been happening for years. But
yeah, can't
with
change
this
that.
whole lockdown stuff, obviously a lot of more activity in the train has gone up. Crime rates gone up.
Oh, really?
Robberies have gone up. I don't think on the train that I take, but in general, like I'm always hearing about a rob on
Yeah.
a subway platform, like on a Wednesday night or on a Thursday morning.
It's very weird. You just can't.
You got to be very aware of what you're doing on the train. If you're got your headphones, like me, what I like to do is I put my headphones on if I have, but I don't listen to music. I give the thief like a little, try to make him think I'm distracted.
Oh, yeah.
So that way, if he tries to do anything, night.
Yeah, it's different with me. If I had headphones in, I'm playing music, but I usually just put one AirPod in, just put one of them in, and then I just have my other.
Yeah, because I get out of work usually 10:30 at night, Tuesday to Thursday. So if I'm lucky, I'll get the express bus if my coworker can let me come up or leave me a few minutes early. But which is better because the express bus leaves me at the corner of my house.
Oh.
And it's like a 30-minute ride, whereas a train could be 40, 42 minutes at night, and it's local. It hits every stop. It's not express like in the daytime.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it, but then when I take the train from the city to my house, it's like another 17-minute walk to my house.
Oh, shit.
So, which isn't bad, but
it's not terrible.
It's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm lucky to get the bus, I can just walk 5 minutes to my house.
Oh, that's even better.
The bus at nighttime only runs every hour. So if you don't get the 10:30 bus, you gotta wait till 11:30. So I'm not trying to wait in the city.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'd rather just jump on the 6 train, take that back to the Bronx, and walk home.
Yeah, it's better than having to wait another hour and then just never know what could happen at night.
You never know what could happen.
Yeah.
Manhattan's a funny city.
Yeah. So I see you wearing how many chains is that too? Let's talk about that.
I got 2 chains there. I got my Jesus piece, which I wear that when I ride sometimes because it's good to keep the man above with you at all times.
Yeah.
And then this is my St. Michael the Archangel pendant that my wife got me for my birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I wear that every day, stuff like that. So
what about on your fingers?
I got my rings. Of course, I got my skull rings. I call these the jawbreakers. These are the jawbreakers. Especially when you have when you're a father to a beautiful baby daughter. You gotta make sure, hey,
who
you bring, So she just turned 3. She plays soccer.
Oh, she plays soccer now?
Yeah, she plays soccer. She loves it. She does the outdoor and the indoor.
Oh, both? That's that's me. Well,
it.
I recently quit because I don't know, lost interest. I don't know.
Oh, I was into baseball until I got to high school, and I quit too because I was more into like weightlifting.
I just
When I got to high school, I played football for a little bit, and then I got into weightlifting, and then I just wanted to focus on that. Instead of having to be in school and then go to practice. I just didn't really
yeah.
want to make the time.
I just quit soccer because travel they just didn't because of COVID and everything that happened. So we just stopped it. Nobody else wanted to do soccer. It's either football or baseball. And then with the high school team, it's like I didn't want to do that because I didn't really like the coach, and his like way of coaching and everything was not the best. Even like my brother does it now, but he doesn't like it at all, like one bit. It's terrible. And my girlfriend, she actually does soccer for like the girls team, and she hates it as well. So it's terrible. You ever try like into getting bodybuilding?
No, not really. I was just lifting weights just to stay in shape. But I did try a couple years ago. I did try to lift. I was lifting heavy weights. Like I was lifting around maybe 250, 260.
Bench or deadlift?
But chest press.
Oh, chest press. Oh,
but
sure.
but I was doing the weights the wrong way. I was trying to be like a solid 200-pound guy, but I was 5'6", so I was lifting heavy weights.
Oh, you're 5'6"?
Yeah, I was lifting heavy weights that I wasn't getting those cuts that I wanted to get. And then my boss told me, he goes, "Well, you got to do less weight, more reps." And it turned out that it worked actually, because I actually got the cuts now.
Oh,
but but I was like, I always wanted to be like a solid 200 pounds when I was like in high school. And everyone's like, "Why do you want to be 200 pounds, man?" And when I got to 200, I was like, "Oh yeah, now I understand why." Now I'm solid 189 man now. So
I was 160, then had COVID, then 147 or one, bro, shit ton of weight. Now it's very bad. I'm just trying to get up there because I think maybe like 2 months ago I started going to the gym and everything. But then when I went to Wildwood and all that, got COVID and all that, stopped going. And I just recently started going this week. So getting back into the routine, but it's just like once I got back, I was like,
it's hard, man.
Because with the sickness and everything, I just was out of breath very easily and all that.
Of course.
Yes.
Once you get the COVID, it makes you think twice about wanting to be in certain areas.
Yeah. I mean, with me, like, I was always fine with everything. I feel like I didn't particularly get it in Wildwood. It's when I got back, I went into my dad's room. I got it from that. So if I never went into that room to take a shower ever, probably would have never got it. But I feel like I'm kind of like happy that I did get it, because it's like I have it now. I don't need to worry as much to get it, and it's not gonna be, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not that worried, but
I was
still terrible.
Yeah, no, it's still bad. It's still a risk. I was lucky I didn't catch it. Thank God. Me or no one in my household got it. So, but we were getting tested. Like I got tested 3 times, I think, and thankfully everything was negative until they came out and they said that building workers were eligible for the vaccine. So I was able to I got the Pfizer.
Oh, the Pfizer?
And, my brother-in-law, he works for them. He actually helped create the vaccine.
Oh, really?
So I was the only one in the house. The only one in the house, they got the Pfizer. He goes, "Oh, I love you more now because you're the only one that supported my company."
That's dope that he helped with the vaccine.
I didn't get a reaction either with the vaccine. People said, the second dose, no. People said the second dose, it was fine. I didn't have any sniffles or headaches or sweats or night chills. I just had some pain in my arm because, that's all it is. The guy jabs you with the needle, and that's the worst part. But I didn't have any reaction. I was fine.
I don't mind needles. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, I've heard some people were like down with a fever. They were in bed all day. Then the next
that's
day
what I heard.
But because people in my job were like, "Oh, when you get the second vaccine, use a sick day because you're gonna need it." I'm like, I don't know. My wife was like, listen, my wife got the second vaccine before me, and she was fine.
Yeah,
so I said, you know what? Let me just play it, win it out. Whatever happens, happens. And I was good, and I got no reaction. So
it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a very good thing.
Yeah, I think I'm getting it maybe like September, October, maybe. Because after all this, with the Delta variant and all that bullshit, need the shit to be over. Honestly,
now they want to come out with a booster shot. Sounds like a friggin' sounds weird.
Sounds like I'm doing drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
I just want life to go back to normal.
Honestly. That's what I want too, man. That's what everybody wants.
Yeah, it's been a rough almost 2 years, I think, right?
just
maybe
about, yeah. I think
comes March
shutdown
2022.
was, yeah, 2020 was the shutdown.
Damn, that.
I think actually the day before St. Patrick's Day, because usually at my job, St. Patrick's Day, everybody used to go to the bar,
Oh.
and get shit faced and get hammered. So, that's
You
one thing.
gotta love it.
One thing as a doorman, you'll see a lot of people peeing on the street, which is disgusting.
Oh, that's
But
fucking.
you'll see that. But I didn't even know that there was a shut. I actually found out. I wasn't aware they were shutting stuff down. I thought they were just closing stuff early.
Oh yeah,
And
same here.
because we had a staff meeting that day to talk about the virus and how to prevent it, and what to do with the job, how to distance yourself from other people. And I got to work early because the meeting was like at 10 o'clock. And we were done by like 10:45. I was thinking, all right, I'll go get something to eat. Nothing was open except the diner that was just doing like takeout. And within 2 days, they shut down shop too.
Oh.
So I basically just, me and my coworker, like, damn, it's St. Patrick's Day. We can't sit down at a restaurant and have like some shepherd's pie or something.
Can't do anything.
Can't do anything. We just walked around for like an hour and then we got some food and came back, and we had to work that afternoon. So we just hung out down in the locker room and made the best of it.
That's crazy, because like now with the fast food industry and like with everybody like quitting and all that, it's like terrible. Because the other day I was hanging out with some friends and we wanted to get Chipotle, and it was currently like we got in there $2.50. We get the food and everything. We sit down. A worker comes up to us. We're closing at 3. It's like, didn't you guys just open at 10? And we go like, why? Why are you closing at 3? And they go like, we're understaffed. I'm like, damn, it's crazy how like almost every fast food like business and all that is mostly understaffed or just getting paid jack shit.
Yeah, it's true.
It's crazy.
It is. It's nuts.
Yeah. You got anything else to share, talk about?
Not really. Anything else you want to know, let me know.
So got my permit maybe this year, March. It was either February or March. Got that.
There you go. That's a good thing.
Yeah, life's just going by very fast. January, gonna get my license. Gonna turn 17. Gonna be a junior. So
I think I was. I'm trying to think. You were born in what? 2005.
Yeah, 05.
05. Yeah, I was. Shit. What the hell was I? I was in high school.
You were in high school in 05?
Yeah, I was in high school.
Oh shit. What year? Sophomore, freshman?
See, I graduated in 2007, so I think I was a sophomore. I was a sophomore.
A sophomore. Yeah.
Yeah, I was 16 when you were born, I believe. 15 or 16.
Yeah.
And then your brother came right after you.
Yeah. Well, 1 year later came after me.
1 year later came right after you.
Yeah, I always remember just getting flipped on the beds, whatever. Whose house was their apartment? Was it your parents? I think it was.
You used to come to my house in the Bronx. We used to do that shit.
Yeah, I used to just get fucking annihilated.
That was fun. It was me, you, Caesar, and your father. We used to go to my room and just wrestle on the bed.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Remember when you guys? Yeah, you probably don't remember. Remember when the two of you picked up my 25-pound dumbbell and took a picture?
Fuck.
Your mother has the picture. You can ask her for it because she took the picture of the phone. Because you and your brother were. So I was like, shit. You guys were young. You guys were not teens yet.
Now
you guys picked up that dumbbell pretty. It was a heavy dumbbell. You guys picked it up. I was impressed.
Yeah, I think I sort of remember that, honestly. Like I was struggling a little bit, but still got it up.
Yeah, I was like 20. Yeah, I was in my 20s. Shit.
Yeah, now I'm just now I'm here, just all grown up, basically. It's crazy.
Yes, sir.
It's how life just goes by very fast.
It does.
I was saying I'm about to be going to college pretty soon. Thinking about it. I'm looking for colleges this year, actually.
Good, man.
Looking to go to UCLA.
I wasn't really a student. I was more into like kind of just hanging out and working. I really wanted to join the military. That was my dream, to be a Marine. But I took the test and everything, but I just came up short. And the recruiter just the recruiter says he'll work with you, but if you don't pass the test, he kind of just doesn't really waste his time. So I just see it as it wasn't meant to be. So I don't have any negative outlook on that. What's meant to be is meant to be.
I mean, I feel like my personal opinion on school is like I don't really like it unless you really want to do something that requires school, in my opinion. Like I want to do this, like the podcast and everything, as a dream. And also film. That's why I'm trying to go to UCLA and everything for film and all that. Trying to get into film. So
there you go, man.
I don't like film that much.
There's actually there's a biker podcast. I want you to check it out. It's called Demons Row. the host of it, he's a 1%er biker. He's a 1%er biker as well. And,
I'm gonna check it out.
He's got lots of. He just got to 100,000 subscribers. He had
Really?
he had a huge party and everything.
I'm nowhere near
he's
that.
a really, check that out, Demon's Row. He's got lots of videos on the biker world, and kind of like what I told you, the do's and the don'ts, same exact thing.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
So keep doing the podcast because his blew up. He started out, I think two years ago. He started it out, and now he's into hip hop and stuff too. He does that, but this is mainly his thing, the podcast. So
yeah, I've made a whole presentation basically, and I wrote down all goals and everything that I want to do for this podcast. And almost every time I go on this computer or every time I'm doing work for the podcast, because it's usually either late at night or maybe in the afternoon is when I edit all these episodes and all that. So I just pull up the presentation, see that as motivation, and just work towards the goal, no matter what happens with an obstacle or anything. If like if I get like some shitty like reception or internet or something, maybe one day, like I'm still gonna like overcome that obstacle and try to find a different way to still produce content and all that, and still try to make it to the top.
Exactly.
Cool, because we're waiting to have like big names on here, like social media influencers, actors, comedians, athletes, all that. So I'm trying to go for.
Keep it up, man.
Yeah, that's basically everything.
I'm looking forward to seeing this episode published.
Yeah, I'm actually probably gonna edit it today after off air. Gonna edit it and then publish it tomorrow, because the time like I do it's gonna be late at night, and that's like with the algorithm and everything. It's not the best to produce it at night. So tomorrow when I wake up, publish everything, and then I'll send you links through either text or email, whatever.
Yeah, send me the text.
I'll send you the text through the links.
Send it to one of my best friends who I ride bikes with too. He's looking forward to seeing it. I told him I'm doing a podcast. So he's like, send me the link when it's ready. I told him I would.
Yeah, I'll send you the YouTube link and Spotify link and all that. And then if you want to check it out on iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and then I'm trying to get on Pandora. My podcast is still in review for that. So
sweet, man.
Just waiting. It says it's supposed to take like 4 to 6 weeks.
For that?
Yeah, I was like, damn. With iHeartRadio, it said it's gonna take a month, but literally the next day I checked, it was already up and live. So I was like, that's good.
Wow. All right. Well, that's a good thing.
Making websites and everything. I personally enjoy this. Like I get that feeling every time like I do these episodes and everything of like excitement. Every time I do an episode or have a guest on, it's just exciting.
Yeah, definitely. I was looking forward to this since last week, man.
Yeah, I was
honored to be here.
Yeah, I was literally slept, woke up at 6 and went back to bed and woke up at 9. I was like very excited. That's why I woke up at 6:40 in the morning. I was like, I'm not staying up.
I sent you a text. I was in the bank taking out money for the week.
Oh, really?
So I was letting you know that I was already ready to rock and roll.
Oh, yeah, I was already ready. I was literally once you texted me, I literally rolled over in my bed, got my phone, and that's literally when I first woke up. When you texted me, I said, send you the info at 9:45 and we're good. So that's how I think. Yeah. So we schedule shit and just make the best out of every interview.
Exactly.
That's basically. You have anything else to say or anything else to share?
No, thanks for having me. I was honored to be here.
And no problem. Anytime, man. If you want to come back on, just shoot me a text or something like that, and I'll gladly have you on.
Awesome, cuz.
Is there anything you want to shout out, say or anything?
Let me give a shout out to two of my best friends. Well, let me say shout out to my wife, of course, who's my best friend in life. She kind of made me realize who, like I said, who your friends are, who are not. So remember, as you get older, people are going to call you brother. And that term is used very loosely, especially this day and age. Yeah. So make sure you keep your circle nice and tight. My circle is very small. Like I said, I used to hang out with a bunch of people, and I found out they were not who they were. I was always a loyal friend to them, and they were not to me. So I told them to kick fucking rocks. And it's funny. When you cut the wrong people off, they try to put it on you. Why? You cut me off. Yeah, I did cut you off because you're a fucking scumbag who stabbed me in the back, and it took a few years to realize the type of person you are. So thanks to my wife for that, for opening my eyes to who's who. Also, Cisco, my brother, who was in the same club as I was. He was my sergeant of arms when I was a prospect, and we've been tight for 10 years. So we ride. He built his own motorcycle. he built his own Harley from in his apartment.
Oh, really?
So he's very talented at that.
Oh, that's dope as fuck.
So he built his bike, so we ride all the time. And of course, my brother Carlos, who's another great friend of mine, he rides as well. So I like to keep my circle small with just wolves that I can run with in a pack and know that, nothing shady about us, nothing grimy about us. We're just we walking together somewhere. We leave at the same time, and we're all family men. So we have women and children to come home to. So we're not, when people tell you, oh, bikers, they have no self-respect, they're not about family, they're full of shit. We're the most family-oriented people you'll ever meet. We put our families first. That's number one. That's the strongest bond you can ever have. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. We ride bikes, we got tattoos. I like jewelry. I like to look intimidating, but I'm approachable. Like if I could pull up at a gas station. I've had people say, oh, nice bike, man. How you doing? I'm not antisocial. You can say hello to me. You can say hello to anyone. But just be aware, like when you approach one of us, make sure it's not like an aggressive approach. Don't try to run up on us because then we'll probably just smack you and be like, what the hell are you doing? Try to just, if you want to get to know
be nice about it.
Just, hey, walk up nicely, say, hey, nice bike, how you doing? And go from there. I could talk to anybody about anything.
Yeah, don't sound like a dickhead. Just don't sound like a dickhead approaching you.
Don't run up on me in XBO. You got $1 if I really,
Yeah.
It's not that I won't help you out. I mean, there's been a couple of times I've helped out a homeless person with $5-6.
Yeah, it's nice to do that.
Because at the end of the day, some people who are homeless may not actually be drug addicts. They may actually fall on hard times. And
they actually need the money.
I've been blessed with a lot of things. If I got $10 in my pocket and I want to buy a 6-pack of Heineken, I realize, I don't really need the $10 as much as this guy might.
Yeah.
So if it gets them through the week, it gets them through the week.
Yeah, I guess I could have the Heineken another day.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's everybody you want to shout out, right? Everybody?
Yeah, so that's pretty much everybody. Of course, my daughter, my little daughter who's just turned 3. She starts preschool in September.
Oh, that's nice.
Time is going by really fast.
Next thing you know, she'll be like a teenager already, growing up.
Don't pump the brakes on me. I'm not ready for that right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Probably not looking forward to that moment. Those days. Yeah, no.
Whoever she brings home the first time is gonna be a problem. But it's funny. I already have a nice little scare tactic for that gentleman she brings home on the first date. That's funny. Take him to the basement, show him a little something.
That'd be interesting. That'd be scary. That's so everybody. That's basically the end of this episode of the Ghetto Podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. If you're listening to this on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts, make sure to follow on all those platforms. Also, follow my Twitter. It's Ghetto Podcast. And that's basically the end of this episode. Have a nice day, everybody.
Deuces.